So here we have our ROYGBIV lab. So you're going to come up with the claim. What does ROYGBIV stand for? And then give me reasoning on why you came up with your claim. So we have 20 milliliters of red food coloring and water, 20 milliliters of yellow food coloring and water, and 20 milliliters of blue food coloring and water. Now they're going to pour 18 mils of the red into a graduated cylinder. So they're going to have to look for 18, and they're going to put in test tube A. So I have my little helpers here helping me out. We're wearing masks. We're being careful here. Okay, go ahead and pour in test tube A.
All of it?
All of it into test tube A. And it's going to go here. Good job. He's going to rinse out the graduated cylinder so the colors don't mix. And now he's going to do the same thing with our yellow. Takes time to kind of get the exact measurement here. And whenever you measure, you always want to be flat on the counter, and you look below the counter to make sure that the bottom of the water is hitting 18. Then you're going to pour it in carefully because we're working with glassware.
Okay.
There is test tube C. He's going to rinse that out so that we can then do our blue. So now we're moving on to part 2. We are going to take 4 milliliters of yellow and put it into a graduated cylinder. Hold on. And that's going to go into test tube D. Then we're going to take 7 milliliters of blue and pour that also into test tube D, and we'll see what color we get out of this.
Wait, how much?
7.
Okay.
Remember, when you measure, it has to be flat on the counter. It's going to be right below the 5.
Right. Oops.
So then you're going to pour a little bit more back into there.
A little bit more. Measuring is so difficult when you're pouring.
It is. It takes lots of practice to measure it correctly.
Almost. How long does it take?
So he's going to pour it into test tube. Got the yellow ready? Good. We're going to pour that into test tube D.
1.
Just trying to show you guys. Very nice. Okay.
Why do I can't get this straight?
Want to get as close as possible to 7 to get the color we want. Need help? You almost have right there. You know, you're pouring too much, honey.
I'm trying not to.
Takes practice. All right, so pour that into the test tube D. So let's put this one back. Nope.
D.
Yep, there you go. No.
This one.
This one right here.
All of it? Yeah.
All of it. Good, you're going to swirl it up a little bit. Ooh, what color did that make?
Now we just need purple.
Makes
I wonder how to make
green.
purple. And orange.
All right, wash this out. Let's move on to part 3. All right, for part 3, my oldest is going to do 4 milliliters of blue, and my youngest is going to do 7 milliliters of red, and they're going to go into test tube F right here.
Done. No, probably shouldn't do it like that.
Going to try to show you so you guys can see what's happening. Perfect. There's the blue. Now we just add some red. Go ahead and put it down for now. We don't want to hold on to glassware unless we have to.
Yes, that's good.
Okay. So let's pour that.
All of it?
So they can see. Put it in the camera.
All of it?
Yep, all of it. Good.
What's this?
Wait. You're supposed to pour from the graduate cylinder.
Oh.
Oops. All right. So there's our color F. Go ahead and pour it back in. Now we're going to go ahead and get ready for part 4. So for part 4, we're going to be measuring 8 milliliters of the red and 8 milliliters of the yellow.
A.
So measuring very carefully. You gotta make sure it's on the table.
That's good.
And that's gonna go actually into test tube B now. Test tube B. There's test tube B. Very good. Now the other one. Pour it all in, all of it. And we're going to swirl that around, and let's put that in there.
Doesn't look much different.
Okay.
Looks good.
So we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and like a violet, dark violet. So now your goal is to figure out, what does ROYGBIV stand for, as we worked on our measuring and made these colors. So make your claim, and then your reasoning will need to explain the process of how we got ROYGBIV. Thanks to my helpers.